What's up, YouTube? Long time no see. I haven't posted a video in months, and if you've been wondering what I've been up to, this video is going to be exactly updating you on that. It's already the last day of summer. I wanted to kind of give you an update on my life. I mean, for one, I got married recently, and yeah, there's a lot of news to discuss, but I hadn't been online in terms of YouTube, so I think it's a good time to fill my audience in on what's been going on and kind of get back to making videos as well. So let's just dive right in. The first video, these are clips from our Rozpis, which is our city hall wedding that we did on the 24th of May. This was probably one of my favorite days of all summer because it was just really special. This is the day that we said yes and officially got married. Here, I'm stepping on a rushnik, which is a Ukrainian tradition, and whoever steps on the rushnik first is kind of the man of the relationship. So my wife stepped on it first naturally. Happy wife, happy life. And we had just a small group of family and friends there. I think there were like 10 to 12 of us, and it was just a really memorable day, very special. The thing I liked a lot about the Rozpis was that it didn't have much planning into it. Like, we had to go and set up an appointment. We made a reservation at a restaurant for lunch afterwards, invited our close family and friends, but really you do it at the city hall. In America, it's not a thing that you even invite people to a lot of the time, and it was less pressure, less stress, less planning, and it was really one of my favorite days. Probably, I don't know, to compare it with the wedding is very difficult because they're two way different things, but I really appreciated our Rozpis. After the Rozpis, we had 2 weeks before our wedding, and it was like wedding planning every day, which is like preparing for a marathon. It's non-stop, it's consistent, and exhausting. Thanks to my wife, she did so much. Yulia was working on a lot of things that I just couldn't understand, not only being a foreigner, but also just lacking the aesthetic mind that she has. She has a very creative mind, and she had an idea of a lot of the schemes that she wanted in the wedding. And we discussed a lot of it together, but she took the lead in a lot of that, and I'm really grateful for that. Now, the day before our wedding was a very memorable day in Lutsk because there was an attack. And as you guys know, Russia and Ukraine are still at war. Russia's still attacking Ukraine. A very deadly attack just happened a few days ago. Despite this video being hopefully some positive review of my summer, it's something that's always there. All the support is, as always, greatly needed and appreciated. And here's a clip of our city, Lutsk, the day before our wedding. We had some guests coming from out of country. For them, this is pretty traumatizing. Of course, you arrive for your friend's wedding, and the day before the wedding, the city's getting rockets sent to them from Russia. Russia is a terrorist state. Of course, we all know that. Russia is the enemy. Of course, we know that. And that was how we spent the day before our wedding. That whole week before the wedding, I got like 3 to 5 hours of sleep maybe. But, you know, life's still going to move on, and I had to be ready for this big day. And so here we are with a little photo session before the wedding. Yulia looks beautiful. I have no idea how she's able to look so amazing despite also not sleeping much, also being very stressed before, but, you know, she's a natural. We got married right in front of Lubart's castle in Lutsk. Said our vows. It was really beautiful. The interior decoration was really nice. After the vows and everything, it was really hot outside, so we came inside for dinner and events, and here we are. That was one of my favorite moments because we did a first song and first dance, and that is something that I really wanted in the wedding. So we even took vocal lessons, prepared that a lot. If you know me, you know that I'm a musician, and Yulia has an amazing voice. She's incredibly talented. So on top of planning for the wedding and doing all the stressful stuff, she also made some time to rehearse. To be honest, the night before, I remember we were rehearsing as Russia was sending rockets to Lutsk. We were in our living room, like figuring out like the dance and everything, which is something of course I'll never forget. These memories a little bit traumatic, but also cool at the same time to work together as a team. I'm really proud of her for doing this because it was really special for me as a performer to perform at our wedding. Just the two of us, Bill Withers, that'll always be a special moment and memory from the wedding. We had family send in videos from abroad, like that's my family from Las Vegas. Not everyone could be at our wedding. It was still intimate. About 30 people were there. It was amazing. It was such a great atmosphere because of the people that we invited, our family and friends. It was a mixture of Americans. That was my best man, Colin. It was a mixture of Americans and Ukrainians and everyone that have known us on our journey. There's some famous people there, which is pretty interesting. There was a lot of thought that went into everything, and I'm really appreciative of everyone that took part because it was a wedding where everyone really contributed something, and that was really cool and something we wanted. A lot of dancing, that's awesome. Afterwards, we went back outside. We tossed the bouquet, and that was a cool moment. That was Yulia's friend who caught that, and she also coordinated our wedding, which is really important. That's my friend Corey that caught my butiniera, so he's next. And this scene is just incredible. Like after cutting the cake, having a little closing right in front of the castle, it was a great ending to the wedding. The wedding was a big deal here in Lutsk, actually, and this is kind of funny because I'm in the tabloids. People even wrote about it. We never shared this information, so I guess they just got it from Instagram. After the wedding, I had to do this filming in Ternopil, which I won't talk much about, but these clips are really funny. But then we were able to go on our real honeymoon, which started for us in Uzhhorod, and then it went into the first city we went to was Vienna, which is a city that we spent a lot of time in. Beautiful churches, beautiful cafes. I didn't take a lot of videos because we just relaxed with each other. We drank our way through, swam in the river, and it was awesome. After that, we flew to Palermo, the capital of Sicily, which is home of pizza and arancino and great vibes, a lot of street markets and dancing on the streets. We even visited a theater and saw a performance while we were there. Then we took a train to Cefalu, and this is a beachside town that I just loved. It was probably my favorite city of the honeymoon. We spent a lot of time just watching sunsets and swimming during the sunset, and it was super hot during the day, but we still managed to see everything because the city is pretty small. After that, we went to a different beach town called Taormina, which is home of Isola Bella, which is where they filmed The White Lotus, if you guys have watched that show, which made it even more touristy than Cefalu. We didn't take that many videos either. We danced on our balcony, little kiss kiss. After that, we flew to Berlin, where we got to see the last day of Lollapalooza. That was a Texas rapper there. This is John Summit. And after that, we saw who Yulia and her friends really wanted to see is J-Hope, which I'd never heard of him before. He's a member of BTS, and I've never seen such a following for a performer before. And now I'm a fan because, I mean, that was just like sex on stage. Afterwards, they had fireworks, closing ceremony, and now here we are in Ukraine. We did standard summer stuff once we made it back after the honeymoon. Paddleboard, shashlik. I even gathered some potatoes, which is great because these hands are made for working on the field, as you can see. And then last week was Ukraine's 34th Independence Day, and I celebrated that in Kyiv, the capital of Ukraine. And that leads us to the end of summer, which is where we're at now. As you could tell, a lot was happening in my life. I wasn't really present on YouTube. I'm actually flying tomorrow to Las Vegas, where I'm going to spend a couple weeks in America for some business and pleasure mixed together. Then I'll be back in Ukraine and have some exciting projects coming up in the fall. I'm a married man now. I had a great honeymoon with my beautiful wife, and I'm just grateful for all of our family and friends that were at the wedding, that weren't at the wedding, and sent us really nice words. I felt the love all throughout summer. Felt the pain of the war throughout summer as well, so not to forget to mention that, which is still going on. We continue living, and so I wanted to give you an update on where I'm at with life. Very happy to be here. Hopefully, no promises, gonna make more YouTube videos because I love making videos, as you can tell. Just don't have a lot of time to sit down and make more long form content, but let's see. That's the goal. Thank you, and I'll see you next time.